one thing you should always know about the Gears of War 2 Lancer. Well, actually, it's not Gears of War 2. It's actually the first Gears of War. If you look at the Gears of War 2 Lancer, you'll see a big difference between the first one and the second one due to the looks and stuff. There are two kinds of Lancer replicas out there. One you can find on Amazon.com for $150, which I paid for it. And there's this other one that you get, I'm not sure where it is, but you don't want it because it's crap. It looks crappy. It looks very crappy. It looks bad. There's no trigger on it. It looks smaller. It doesn't look like it do much of anything. Well, I'm about to show you how to fix, what to do, what not to do, how heavy, everything you want to know about the Gears of War Lancer. If you're a serious Gears of War collectible freak, watch this. Okay, here's the Lancer. This is the Gears of War Lancer. Now, I, myself, love this thing. It weighs about 3 pounds. It's got a little bit of a weight to it, so I wouldn't recommend holding it out with one hand. It makes a chainsaw noise. It doesn't shoot or anything like that, but it does make a chainsaw noise, and it vibrates. And the vibrator is right here in the handle where you hold it. That's where the vibrator is. When you pull the trigger, you feel it. It takes 3 C batteries. Now, I'm not sure if all of you had this problem, but if you get it, there's a small problem. You put the C batteries in, nothing happens. Well, there's an easy way to fix that. There's 2 ways you can fix that. One, you can use really folded and flattened tin foil, or you can use a paperclip. You have to take a flathead screwdriver or a butter knife, but I'd recommend a flathead screwdriver. You could pull the battery back a little, and you can set that tin foil right there where the batteries go. And you take the screwdriver out, put the compartment back on, and you should have a good connection. I mean, that's what I'm doing right here, and it works for me. This is really worth your money. If you're a Gears of War collector and you like to collect stuff, this is worth your money. The blood details are rock on. I mean, it's basically all over the gun. I mean, you don't really see it all that much. You got some right here on the aimer. You got it all over the chainsaw. You got some down here in the clip. You got a little bit right here if you look. I don't think you could see it, but it's all over the iron sights here. The fold stock right here, you can in, out, and you can slide it back, forth, whatnot. If you slide it all the way forward, it'll lock. And slide it all the way back, it'll lock again, and you just fold it. I wouldn't recommend moving it up too far like this, because it does come up a little, as you can see, like that, and if you move it up too far, it'll break. And I haven't had mine break on me, so I wouldn't exactly know how to fix it, but if it does, I'll look at it. Hopefully it won't. Pray God it won't. Actually, it won't, because this is not something that you should give a kid or anything like that, because this is a collector's item. Yes, it's a toy, but it's a collector's item. This right here doesn't do anything, because it's just a look. Got the aimer. It's made up of plastic. See through it. So is this right here. Everything is plastic. These right here, the breech opener right here, doesn't move. Come back. The chainsaw blade doesn't turn, but that's not really a problem, because who's going to sell a toy with a working chainsaw with blood all over it? Cop rides by, get the wrong idea. It's a toy. The chainsaw actually works. I mean, you gotta kind of look at it. This right here folds in, out, like that. There again, I wouldn't leave this opened if you take the clip out. I wouldn't just leave it opened. If you take the clip out, set it down or something like that, I wouldn't leave this open. If you bring it back too far, it'll break. But you can also move the bottom part right here, back and forth like that. This right here, the clip safe, comes up like that. I wouldn't recommend hitting it too hard because you could pop a tooth off of the chainsaw. But it's easy to move. Clip comes out. You can see there's nothing in there, but there's blood all over it. You got the chainsaw blade right here. That too doesn't have no blood on it. It's the chainsaw blade, but it doesn't have any blood on it, which is kind of weird, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the gun doesn't have to be perfect. It's a Lancer replica. What do you want more? To be it real? That's not going to happen. Well, anyway, that's not really a big problem, but you can just fit your clip back in here and pop it back in, move this down, like that. But if you're going to take the clip out and you're going to set the gun down or something, I'm going to open it like this. But for safety reasons, I'd bring that down and close that. That way you're not leaving this open, or if you accidentally drop it out of your hand, because this thing does have some weight to it. So you just see like that, and I almost lost it there, but I have a good grip on it, so it's not going anywhere but my hand. This right here is the trigger for the gun. That's all it does. And this right here, in the game, is supposed to work the chainsaw. It's supposed to be the chainsaw trigger, and the gun trigger right here, you can hold it like that, like a double barrel. But it doesn't do anything. But if you mess with it too much, it could break off. So I just leave it alone. And move that right here, get a better grip on it, like this. Or you can bring it back here. But it's kind of difficult to hold it back here. I keep mine back here because Marcus has his here. But it's kind of difficult like that to hold it back here. But if you want to, if you don't really care much, you can bring it all the way forward like this if you want, but that's your call. Yeah, I mean, it's worth your money. If you want a collector's item, this thing is worth your money. I mean, the details on it are just great. Just great details. These would chip or break easy, so I wouldn't exactly recommend hitting anybody with it. But no, the lights don't work. That's also a good thing that the lights don't work, because how would you turn them off? I mean, it'd basically run the battery dead. Leaving them on all the time. Lights flashing. I mean, it'd get you spotted easy. But unless there'd be a way to turn them off and on, then that would be cool, but there's not, so I don't really care. I like mine. I like it, regardless of what anybody says. I'm glad I have it. Yeah, of course, I know it sounds like that you're paying a pretty good penny for a toy, but, man, I'm 17 years old and I have one, so I don't care. I've known a bunch of older men out there that have them, and they actually mess around with them, but it's your call whether you want one or not. I'm just showing you what it does, what you can do, what not to do. But it's made of a hard plastic, so you can mess with it if you want to. You can. You can mess with it all you want to, but I'm just saying don't hit anything with it very hard, because it'll chip or break. And it takes 3C batteries. You could use a paper clip or some aluminum foil. Not all the time everybody has that problem, but sometimes people do have the problem. Just unscrew the battery compartment, pull the batteries back, stick a paper clip or some aluminum foil where the batteries go. Just take the screwdriver out, let the batteries reconnect, and just pop it back in, and it should work perfectly. If it don't, then I'd recommend you contact Amazon about it, or send it back with a note inside saying, I did everything and it don't work. That's what you could do, but mine works fine. Mine's perfectly. I mean, there's only a few things on there that work, but I don't care. You know, if y'all like it, then hell, I have a MySpace you can talk to me about it on. You can just look under my email address, Kane_Johns20000@yahoo.com. Look that up, add me, ask me some questions about it if you want. Tell you everything you want to know about it. It is not Gears of War 2, but 1. You can tell by looking at it. If you look at the Gears of War 2 Lancer and the Gears of War